Mambo #3 was actually what ended the Cold War. Go.
One of the following stories you were about to hear is true. You may guess in the chat if you want to after we're done, but you don't have to. Mambo #3 actually ended the Cold War. Perez Prado was a Cuban band leader and musician who was instrumental in popularizing the Cuban dance music genre of mambo. He wrote a series of mambos with titles like Mambo Number X, 1, 2, 3, etc. In 1972, Ugandan native Charles Lubega traveled to West Germany to study biology at a university in Munich. There, he met a Sicilian woman named Nicole and fathered a son named David. David discovered old records of Prado's Cuban mambo music in his mother's attic. Growing up in a divided Germany, he found inspiration in a tiny island nation and its music thousands of miles away, also beset by the polemics of the Cold War. Also inspired by the electronic discotheque sound in Germany, David decided to record pop versions of Prado's big band music when he grew up. The first two records were a flop, but in 1989, that all changed. David changed his name to Lou Bega and recorded Mambo #3, which proved to be a massive hit across the divided nation. Both West German Chancellor Helmut Kohl and East German General Secretary Egon Krenz were among its fans. Seeing how music can unite and heal divisions led to both men agreeing to tear down the Berlin Wall later the same year, signaling the end of the Cold War.
Pocahontas 2, Journey to a New World, led to a 50% increase in Buddhists in the US. So after Brian Konietzko watched the Pocahontas 2 movie in 1998, he was frustrated. Quote, "Why can't a kid's cartoon just depict ethnic cleansing and the devastating effect of colonialism without racial stereotypes and a cheap, even worse sequel," unquote. He complained. To prove his point, he teamed up with his friend Michael Dante DiMartino, and together they created Avatar: The Last Airbender, which introduced kids to genocide, police brutality, and cultural erasure. And its sequel was just as good. Since airbenders were modeled after Tibetan Buddhists, the success of the show led to numbers of practitioners in the US to increase up to 50% in the next 15 years.
September 11th caused the end of Ellen. On that unfortunate day in 2001, musician Gerard Way witnessed the fall of the towers and was moved to start emo rock band My Chemical Romance. Later, a woman named Stephanie Myers would see Gerard Way as the band's frontman and get inspired to write a novel about vampire romance. This led to the best-selling book series Twilight. Then, one day, a humble fan fiction writer by the username Snow Queen's Ice Dragon created a successful series based on the works of Twilight titled Master of the Universe. This was then adapted into the original book series 50 Shades of Grey, which of course led to the movie franchise starring Dakota Johnson. While on the press circuit for the final film, Dakota Johnson appeared on The Ellen Show and caused some controversy when Ellen suggested that Dakota had not invited her to her birthday party, to which Dakota responded that Ellen had been invited. This slight led to an onslaught of accusations towards Ellen about her hostility and faux persona. Now, the show is finally ending, though Ellen claims this is because she's become bored with the format, but we know the truth.
Nico joining the Velvet Underground led to Croatia joining the EU. Nico was a German musician and actress involved in the avant-garde art rock scene. She joined the Velvet Underground in 1966, the same year that Zoran Milanovic was born, the later to become Prime Minister of Croatia. Zoran, whose mother was a German teacher, came to identify as a political leftist and was a huge Velvet Underground fan. When he played All Tomorrow's Parties on his record player, he would imagine himself as a political party leader. Working as a diplomat in Brussels in the 90s, he would make secret trips to Berlin to visit Nico's childhood home. In 2003, Croatia applied to be in the European Union. To think, in a union with the homeland of the late great Nico, who died in a freak bicycle accident in Ibiza in 1988. When, in negotiations with the opposition, he'd hear Nico's voice in his head, "I'll be your mirror, reflect what you are." On July 1st, 2013, Croatia became a member of the EU. The very next day, Zoran flew to Ibiza and shed a single tear. Now, which story do you think is the real one? Or are they all real? Curtain.